Alright, quick short-term update on ICP. So there's a couple of things I want to go through. I'm going to be talking about the market structure, our previous prediction from ICP and how it's panning out. We're going to be looking at the EMA ribbons and then moving over to some of our oscillators before wrapping up the video. So let's jump right in. Right off the bat on the daily time frame, this is what we talked about in the previous video. If we do zoom out on the market structure, you can see. Let's just start from here, because I mean you can very clearly zoom out and see that I could go on for hours and hours and hours talking about lower highs, but you've got a push up into the EMA ribbons on the daily, break down, bounce up to the daily EMA ribbons, lower high, break down, bounce up into the EMA ribbons, lower high. And every time we do this, as you can see, you've got a lower low that subsequently follows the next move. So I've highlighted it from here, but as you can see, you came into the EMA ribbons here, broke down, lower high, bounce up, EMA ribbons, break down, lower high, you know, it happens every single time. So what do I think is playing next? I think you can imagine it's very, very obvious to me that we are going to be breaking down for that next leg to the downside. And in our previous prediction, we've got two micro predictions. So the first one that I see coming into fruition was this 77.5% drop I was talking about, down to $1.74. Since that prediction, we're down 26%. And since our micro prediction, we were actually talking about this massive M pattern breaking down. And the price target of this would have been a 56% drop when we talked about it. And we're down about 24.5% on this. So honestly, if you've been looking at the market structure on ICP and just sitting on the sidelines and waiting for a breakout, which I never think will happen, but nonetheless, if you have been sitting on the sidelines or you've been shorting, then you've definitely been winning this. If you've been buying the dip on ICP, it is really not a good idea. You know, I personally don't think this cryptocurrency is going to succeed. If you do think it's going to succeed, you should at least look at the market structure and potentially wait for a flip of the daily EMA ribbons. If you simply waited for something like that and a confirmed backtest, because this was a fake out, this did not work out, then you would have been sitting on the sidelines like myself for the entire time. Now, I don't hate any cryptocurrency. I'm a trader. I always have a saying, I don't love it, I don't hate it, I trade it. And as you can see, we've been looking at these charts objectively, and this is why all of our predictions are aging like fine wine on ICP. Once again, you know, our last video with 25% down from that prediction. So what's panning out on the daily time frame seems very obvious. Most of the volume that we've got stepping in is just sellers. If we switch over to the Heikonashis, you can see we have come into these daily EMA ribbons, and every single time you do this, as soon as you start trickling back over to light red, it's always a sign that you're about to start heading down for that another lower low. So to be conservative, the next price target down would be $4.62, once again taking out the low that we formed about a week or so ago, 10 days approximately. Yeah, 10 days ago. And this is definitely what I see coming into fruition next. So we can look at the lower time frames. I really only want to spend a second on here. We tried to have a fake out on the 4-hourly EMAs, just like we did on the 4-hourly EMAs over here, and just like we did over here. But as you can see, you come over to the daily, these fake outs of the EMAs on the 4-hourly time frame is simply every single time you come up and get rejected on the daily EMAs. So we've seen it time over time again, and as we do come back down to the 4-hourly time frame, we've already started to capitulate. We've broken below them, bounced back into them, got rejected, bounced back into them, made a lower high and an M pattern, and we've got rejected. So right now, this is the 4-hourly time frame, and you can see we've got a pretty nasty M panning out right now. If we extrapolate the price target of this, actually no, that was the wrong line. I'm measuring from here. I should be measuring from here. So I was about to draw it to a more bearish price target, but that would not be accurate. The M started as you came up and broke down from here, so subsequently this is the target. In the lower time frames, $5.18 is definitely on the table. I think this is going to be panning out in the next week. And what by the next week, I mean probably we're going to be here by Sunday. So let's wrap up the video. On the daily time frame, you know that at least I think we're coming down to about 520. My next major price target is down here at 325, and my macro price target, which I think will be coming into play within the next month, or maybe even 6 weeks, 4 to 6 weeks, let's call it that, would be down here at $1 $1.74. Once again, I have been calling for this on my channel since I started it in January. I made my channel in basically early January when ICP was $37. You can see this is the first trend line that we ever drew, and I've been calling for this to go to lower price targets since 37. So if you've been watching my videos waiting for a bullish flip, which once again I don't think is going to happen, then once again pat yourself on the back, because a lot of people have been DCAing this religiously and it just has not been working out. And I don't mean to say that to make fun of everyone. I'm simply here telling you my honest opinion, and I'm letting you know I was here in the 2018 bull run and I was here for the 2018 bear market, and I thought it was a good idea to DCA altcoins on the way down in the bear market. I'm simply telling you that from experience I got wrecked doing what a lot of people are doing right now, and I'm simply coming onto this video letting you know how it is from an honest perspective. And as you can see, looking at the charts objectively plays out every single time, because we've been having breakdown after breakdown after breakdown after breakdown, and we're simply just going to wait for a bullish flip, which once again I do not think is going to happen. So $1.75, that is the next major price target. Let's look at our oscillators on the daily time frame. What have we got going on? The squeeze mob is relatively stagnant right now. We are basically sitting at the heart line, either waiting for a bullish break or a bearish break. I think we're going to have another bearish break. If we do look at what we've got going on here, you can see you've got a high, you've even got a massive high up here, lower high, and now you've just formed that lower high like on the 5th of June. And I think we could do something like this, where we just majorly get slapped back down again. Looking at the MACD on the daily time frame, you can see it is currently bullish, but it is technically below the heart line. So while it is in a small term bullish trend because of the bounce that we've had from $4.60, we are now, or we were heading up, but as you can see, the green line on the MACD is starting to converge back down to the downside, and it's very, very likely that we're about to witness that next major wave back down. Let's look at the OBV. The on-balance volume has just been making its way down to zero. In fact, it's actually in the minus price targets right now. So I mean, look at what is going on with the OBV. All the money in the market, and it's the same with the MFI. If you look at the money flow indicator, everyone is just selling. You know, there's a lot of people shilling this all the time and saying they're buying, but where are they? Because the money flow indicator has been doing nothing but making lower lows and low highs throughout its entire existence. What does this mean? Money is flowing out of the market. Don't listen to what they say, look at what they do. Money is drastically exiting this ecosystem. The OBV is trending to zero, but all people want to say is, but it's got lots of developers, it's got new developers. It does not matter. This is going to zero. Every single indicator points that this is going down. So once again, just my opinion. I'm telling you how it is, just like I told you how it was when we were all the way up here at $7. And if you go back to my older videos, this is exactly what I was telling you when I started my channel at $37. I don't say this to shill or make fun of it or make fun of anyone. I simply say this because I want my community to do well, and I'd much rather tell you how it is and get hated for telling you the truth than to sucker you into this garbage ecosystem like every other ICP YouTuber is very happy to do. I'm telling you, not every cryptocurrency is going to make it, and this one is probably not going to make it. So all I've got for you today, as always, Cowboy out. Peace.